Well, welcome back, everyone. We've invited Dan Hodges here, the knowledge of all nature from Johnny Appleseed. So, Dan, what are we going to talk about today?
You know, this is one of my favorite topics, but hang on, folks. This is going to be a crappy program because we're talking about scat today. We're not just talking about it. Let's sing about it.
Right.
This is a song that we really enjoy called Skit, Scat, Diddly Doo by Foster Brown. Skit, scat, diddly doo, I just stepped in some animal poo. Don't wave the air, don't wrinkle your nose. There's so much about scat that we can know. Well, don't just stand there, let's take a look. Oh, wait a second, I'll get my book. There are clues to find, and poo, it's true. Well, lean down close and get a better view. Are there berries and seeds mixed in, can you tell? Is it laid in a mound, have a unique smell? Is it dry or wet or long and lean? Are there hairs within? Is it brown or green? A skit, a scat, a diddly doo, I just stepped in some animal poo. Don't wave the air, don't wrinkle your nose. There's so much about scat that we can know.
All right, Dan, so what else can we learn?
We can learn, you know, different animals have different types of poo, different types of scat, different names for scat. And if you look closely, sometimes you can learn a lot about it. You can tell what it ate, you can tell where it's been. If it's a predator, a prey, or even a friend, all creatures eat and excrete their waste. It's a private thing, but there's no disgrace. Scatologists research animal dung. It's a noble profession for the old and young. Skit, scat, a diddly doo, I just stepped in some animal poo. Don't wave the air, don't wrinkle your nose. There's so much about scat that we can know.
All right, so Dan, I want to know, do they all poo the same?
That's a really great question. So, of course, there's lots of different terms for scat, and sometimes with different animals, we give them different names. So, caterpillars have frass, that's really clumped. Of course, they're eating a bunch of plant material. And porcupine poo has a resinous smell. And mink scat is filled with bone and shell. And weasel feces end in a twizz. There's so many more to add to your list. Rabbit excreta looks like M&Ms. And raccoon deject is flat at both ends, and splay from birds rain down from the sky, and pellets from deer let loose on the fly. So imagine that we're studying scat of a big brown bear or little brown bat. It's scientific, it stretches the mind to investigate poo of all different kinds. Come on, skit, scat, a diddly doo, I just stepped in some animal poo. Don't wave the air, don't wrinkle your nose. There's so much about scat that we can know. There's so much about scat that we can know. There's so much about scat that we can know. And you know, we like to sing.
This is fake, by the way. This is not real.
We have a good time. You know, we like to sing a little bit about it because, you know, this is something that's a really interesting natural process. I mean, it's a private thing, but, you know, this is something that happens with all animals out there. This is one of the characteristics of living things, producing waste. Sometimes when we're out in the forest, sometimes we even find scat out there, and, you know, it's got different smells to it. Sometimes, here, you take this piece of poop.
Okay.
And sometimes it's even got different tastes.
Oh, no.
Give it a little taste there, Chris.
All right.
These are what we call poopsie rolls at the Park District. You know, this is really cool. Next time you see scat along the trail or out in the woods or maybe in your backyard, sometimes, if it's not your dog, then you can investigate it a little bit and learn a little bit more about the animal that left it there. Maybe we won't taste it out in the field. But you can participate in learning, even just from animal scat, from all different types of animals, from everything from, you know, bugs to birds and mammals in between. It's a lot of fun, and if you put a song to it, everybody loves it. Hopefully, you sing that song while you go to work today, and your coworker says, "What are you singing about?" Poop.
Yeah, Dan, I am ready to download this on iTunes. I am so ready. So, thank you so much for joining us today. The only poo I actually like is shampoo. But anyway, thank you for coming today.
I'm glad to be here. Don't forget, you got to get outside.
All right. Well, don't go away because we have more when we return.